All right, another big day for gold. Prices surged past 4,200. How about that? So, to quote my friend Ed Yardetti, is gold the new Bitcoin? Joining us now is Steve Moore, host of More Money on WABC Radio, and Liz Peek, syndicated columnist, Fox News contributor. Since I know where Liz is, Steve, is gold the new Bitcoin? It is interesting. Gold is up year to date. Yeah. Gold is up about almost 60%, and Bitcoin is up about a little more than 20%. How about that?
Look, I don't like seeing a high gold price. It's not a good sign for the economy, but I'll say this. I like stocks. I don't like gold. Mm-hmm. If you go back to when you were there for the Reagan Revolution, you look at what happened to the gold price over that period over the last 40 years, and the stock price, stocks have gone up 40 times faster. So this is I think a slight blip in the gold price, and given Trump's pro-economic growth agenda, I think it's going to stabilize.
Liz, gold the new Bitcoin?
I think no, but I think everyone is sort of missing the story here, which is that central banks led by China have been stockpiling gold for the last 3 years and have had a huge increase in their positions in gold.
Picture.
And
Wait.
And driven the price up.
Not that one. No. Give me the picture that Liz is talking about. China and its allies.
That's right.
Buying gold and selling treasury bonds in order to damage the dollar's reserve currency status. Here it is, Liz. You nailed it. There it is.
And for the first time in a very long time,
by the way,
they own more gold than they do treasuries. And it's entirely purposeful, Larry. They want to drive down the value of the dollar, make it look very questionable. And so what have you on the other end? You have a big momentum trade. And honestly, it makes me crazy when people are now coming out, as they do all the time on commodities like that, and say, well, now it's at 4,200. Now it's going to go to 5,000. Well, then it's going to go to 6,000. It's all about, again, this momentum play. It doesn't have anything to do with value. I think this is an error, honestly.
Can I just say one quick thing? Do you remember the Hunt brothers when they tried to
corner
the silver market? They lost their shirts on that. So I think China's going to lose their shirts on buying all this gold.
They were very rich until they weren't. Steve Moore, UN is trying to put a climate tax on American ships.
Unbelievable.
The UN, by the way, I couldn't even find them at the Egyptian meeting where the great peace plan was unveiled.
This is
the UN.
Unbelievable story that the United Nations is going to be voting either tomorrow or Friday on whether to impose a global climate change tax on maritime shipping. It would be a $150 billion tax increase on the United States. Trump has got to stop this. He's got to say to our allies, do not pass this. By the way, the big winner here would be China, of course. And the Europeans want this because we never did the net zero crap that drove their economy into a recession.
Trump has pulled out all that stuff, right? He's out. Trump is out. Trump is out of all the UN stuff.
Yeah, the problem is
the climate stuff.
Oh, he should. But the problem is,
why don't we pull out of the UN?
He has to convince our allies to vote against this, or they're going to start charging these essentially a tariff on American goods and services.
And by the way, don't you think it's the nose under the tent? Because you start with shipping, and then you're going to get to airlines.
Exactly.
No, I'm serious.
No, you're exactly
the next thing is
the digital sales. The digital sales.
Yeah, I mean, we should never have a multinational organization taxing American businesses, and that's what you have here. Yeah. I am really shocked by this, and good for you for bringing it out. I really think it's awful.
Steve Moore, Joseph Schumpeter, my favorite economist, just won a Nobel Prize, or his latter-day representatives did. Gales of Creative Destruction just won a Nobel Prize.
You were the first one who alerted me to. You were like in that crazy. You love Schumpeter.
Yes.
But look, why is this story important? Why is Schumpeter important? Because we are seeing creative destruction with robotics, with a lot of people, artificial intelligence. People are worried about that. No, this is wealth enhancing. It's going to make everybody better off, and that's exactly what Schumpeter talked about.
And that's what these Nobelists are. Liz, people always get pessimistic when there's a new technology, and inevitably, in a free country like ours, with entrepreneurship, where the new does replace the old and everything is more prosperous, people do fabulously well.
And it's interesting to me that the Nobel Committee, which is so left-wing, this is really an embrace of capitalism because it's all about destructive capitalism, right? And to your point, it turns out well, but we're about to enter a phase here where there's going to be enormous job losses, Larry. I really do think that's going to happen because of AI. I'm talking to companies every day that are not hiring.
Federal?
Pardon?
Federal?
Maybe federal, which
Let's
is
hope
where
so.
they actually need productivity enhancements.
Just asking.
But I'm really impressed that they awarded this to this group, who are basically making the case that this is necessary. It'll turn out well in the end,
Yeah.
because we're going to run into some pretty big
You're
political
the only
blowback.
sensible economist I've heard from in a long time from the profession.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Steve Moore.
I've
Last
said
one.
this many times on your show. I'll say it again. The most famous and influential economist in the world, again, did not win the Nobel Prize, and that's, of course, Arthur Laffer.
Arthur Laffer.
There's no doubt about that.
Well, hope springs eternal. Last one. Milei of Argentina, okay. He's done good things in cutting spending, but his currency's collapsing, his inflation rate is high. He's got to link to the dollar.
Sure.
And the Treasury Department should be pushing this.
Yes. By the way, that's what China did. Remember, that's during
Yes.
the really growth period.
Yes.
They
used to tag
linked
the
the
dollar.
yuan to the dollar, and that was one of the reasons they grew.
A currency board, something dollar-based that will restore them confidence. Because we can't
Now,
just keep ponying.
Because
them,
this administration would do it, and guess what? The next one might not. So I think they've got a very solid ally in the White House. Scott Bessent's an ally, so they could actually get that done. And otherwise, all that he has done could come asunder.
Right. Then Argentina will go communist like Brazil and the rest of Latin America, and we can't have any of that stuff, so they need to be helped. Steve Moore and Liz Peek, thank you. We covered
No
quite a lot
United
of ground.
taxes. No United Nations taxes.
Yeah, how about no UN?